Yes, good morning to all of you. Myself, Mahesh Jagdish Pingle, lecturer Electronics Engineering, Government Polytechnic Ambad. So, dear students, today we are going to discuss the another type of antenna, and the name of that particular antenna, it is called as Yagi Uda antenna. Now, the word Yagi Uda is derived from the scientist name Yagi, Mr. Yagi and Mr. Uda, the great scientist from the Japan. So, on the honor of these two scientists, the name of this particular antenna it is given as Yagi Uda antenna. There is one interesting story about regarding the Yagi Uda antenna is that Yagi and Uda are both are from Japan. Uh, Yagi, Mr. Yagi, Professor Yagi is the professor at one reputed institute, university in Japan, and Uda is student of Mr. Yagi. Basically, this particular antenna is designed by Mr. Uda, but this particular antenna is whatever the description of this particular antenna is written in Japanese language. Mr. Yagi updated this particular design of Yagi Uda antenna and converted this particular whole research into the English language and make some modifications in that particular. So it is a combined research of Yagi and Uda. So the name given to this particular antenna as Yagi Uda antenna. Now here what we found is that Yagi Uda antenna is basically a 3-element antenna. The first element in the Yagi Uda antenna is the reflector. So this is your reflector. Then the second element, it is nothing but the folded dipole, which we discussed in our previous lecture in detail. And the third element are nothing but the director. Now the director, it may be a one unity single or it may be more than one. So as per the requirement of the application, we can use n number of directors in Yagi Uda antenna. So maximum 6 to 7 directors are preferably used in Yagi Uda antenna. So as the element point of consideration, the Yagi Uda antenna contains 3 basic elements. First one is the reflector, then second one is the folded dipole, and third one is the director. So directors may be one or it may be more than one, right? Now the largest or longest element in this particular Yagi Uda antenna, it is the reflector, right? So this particular reflector, it is also a dipole. The folded dipole, it is also a dipole, and the directors are also the dipole. So this particular antenna is nothing but a group of dipole antennas in which one is driven element and another are the parasitic element. Now what exactly we mean by the parasitic element? Parasitic elements are not directly fed with some source, but they are some inductively or mutually coupled with the other active element. So here what we found is that actual source, which information which we want to send, it is given to directly to the driven element or the folded dipole. So this folded dipole, it is also called as a driven element because actual signal which we want to send, it is fed to the driven element, that is to the folded dipole. Now folded dipole mutually radiate this particular electromagnetic energy and mutually couple it to the neighborhood element. So the whatever electromagnetic energy generated or radiated by this particular folded dipole or the driven element, it is mutually coupled to the first director. From first director it is coupled to the second director. From second director is coupled to the third director, and then this particular energy gets escaped out from the Yagi Uda antenna. Now talking about the length of these particular directors, the directors have reduced length. So this particular length it is more, then for the next director the length gets reduced, then for the third director once again the length gets reduced. So the length of the director are goes on reducing in Yagi-Uda antenna. Now as per the mathematical calculation of the Yagi-Uda antenna, we can say that the reflector has most longest element in the Yagi-Uda antenna. So it has a length of 0.55 of lambda, right, where lambda is the wavelength of the signal. So how we can calculate this particular wavelength? So it is by the frequency. So design, suppose if f is the design frequency, then f is equal to c by lambda, or we can say that lambda is equal to c by f. So if we know the design frequency, operating frequency of the antenna, we can easily calculate the lambda, because we know the frequency, and c is nothing but velocity of light. So we know the value of velocity of light, it is 3 into 10 to 8 meters per second. So by this particular postulate we can calculate the wavelength. Once we got the wavelength, it is very much easy to calculate the length of reflector, because the length of reflector it is 0.55 multiplied by lambda. So that is nothing but whatever the lambda we derived from this particular equation. Now the length of the folded dipole, that is driven element, it is 0.5 lambda. So it is somewhat less than that of your reflector. Then the first director has a length 0.45 lambda, and then again the length of each and every director in the sequence gets reduced to 1. Now by achieving such a kind of combination of this particular Yagi-Uda antenna, the directivity of the antenna gets reduced. So the directors have a major role to direct that particular antenna, or to improve the directivity of the antenna. So as there are n number of directors, if we increase the directors quantity, then automatically the directivity gets increased, and for a longer distance you can direct your antenna and send your signal, right. So the basic function of this particular Yagi antenna is that the source is connected to the driven element, then driven element generates, or the folded dipole generates electromagnetic energy, then this particular electromagnetic energy gets mutually coupled to the directors, and director will generate a narrow band of beam width of radiation pattern, and it will be transmitted for the further communication, right. Now what is the role of reflector? Why we are using this particular reflector? Because the reflector resists or prohibits the back wave radiations from the folded dipole. So if the dipole is radiating in both directions, so as we know that the radiation pattern of your dipole, folded dipole, it is nothing but figure of 8. But by using this particular reflector, we can avoid a back wave side of radiations. So whatever the back lobe, it gets reduced. So whatever energy which we want to send, all it is concentrated in the forward direction itself only, and less amount of energy it will be concentrated in backward direction. Clear? So the role of reflector is to improve front to back ratio. Now what exactly we mean by the front to back ratio? So front to back ratio is nothing but the power density radiated in forward direction and to the power density radiated in the backward direction. So this is nothing but your front to back ratio. So for this particular case, there should be a minimum radiations in the backward direction and maximum radiations in the forward direction. So to maintain that particular FBR or front to back ratio, such a kind of Yagi-Uda antenna are designed. Now the basic important thing is that this particular antenna is work as transmitting antenna as well as the receiving antenna. So for both application, this antenna it is applicable. So this antenna can be worked for the transmission purpose, as well as this antenna can work for the reception purpose also, right. Now while talking about the basic fundamental principle, so where we observed such a kind of antenna. So nowadays all of we are having a dish like structure on the rooftop of our home for receiving the television signal. But before the DTH concept or direct to home concept, we all are having a Yagi Uda antenna arrays at our rooftop. So 10 to 15 years back, we are having such a kind of Yagi Uda antennas at each and every home to receive the signal. At that time we can capable to receive only two channels, that is DD National and DD Sahyadri. So the time distribution is different. So such a kind of Yagi Uda antennas are basically designed for the TV reception purpose also. Nowadays this particular antenna has a wide application, so that point we will discuss in further point. Now let us have a look over the radiation pattern of the Yagi Uda antenna. So as because of the reflector, back lobe gets reduced, right? So there is minimum radiations in the backward direction. So back lobe, it is nothing but the minor lobe over here. Now because of the use of directors, the directivity gets increased and narrow beam will be formed. So this is the major lobe, which is the front lobe and which is transmitted in forward direction. Because of some antenna design, some side lobes are also created, because it is a many element or multi element structure. So that's why there is a possibility to generate a side lobe. So side lobes will be created. Now the side lobes and the back lobes have very low power density, so that's why they are also called as the minor lobes. So major lobe, it is nothing but the actual information which we want to transmit, right? Now when this particular antenna is working as a receiving purpose, the signal will be collected by the first director. Now this will couple this particular signal to the second director, then third director, then folded dipole, and then signal it is given to the television. So it is nothing but the reception process of working of your Yagi Uda antenna. Now let us have some look over the advantages and disadvantages of Yagi Uda antenna. So this particular antenna, it is a directional antenna. So it has a great directivity, unidirectional antenna. Then it has a moderate gain about 7 dB. Then it is very compact one, requires a very compactness for its working one. Then it will cover a large bandwidth. So the antenna working satisfactorily over the large bandwidth over also. It can be used for the higher frequencies. So for VHF, UHF applications, also this kind of antenna, it is very much applicable. Then adjustable front to back ratio. So depending upon the requirement, the front to back ratio, it can be easily adjusted. So if we change the location of the reflector, the front to back ratio is different. So if we make closer to the driven element, then the front to back ratio is different. If we move this particular reflector away from the driven element, front to back ratio is different. Then if we change the length of this particular reflector, then also the front to back ratio is different. So such a kind of adjustable front to back ratio concept, it is possible only in the Yagi Uda antenna. This particular Yagi Uda antenna also has some disadvantages. The first disadvantage of such a kind of Yagi Uda antenna is that it has not very much high gain antenna. So the gain it not that much sufficient as required for the antenna application, and it needs a large number of elements. So minimum 3 elements we need: reflector, folded dipole, and the director. To improve the directivity, the number of directors are increased. So that's why depending on the application, the total number of elements used are more. Similarly, if we take a look over the applications of Yagi Uda antenna, this antenna, it is used for HF transmitting antenna, high frequency transmitting antenna. It is also used to receive the signal from the TV transmission station. So it is also used as a TV receiving antenna. And this particular antenna or the stack of Yagi Uda antennas can be used as a super gain antenna also. So these are some few applications of your Yagi Uda antenna. One more point I want to just add within this particular session is that the distance between these two elements is kept lambda by 10. So whatever the distance between the reflector and the folded dipole or folded dipole and the director is basically kept as lambda by 10 as the value. So this is all about the Yagi-Uda antenna theory. Now if anyone asks you to design an Yagi-Uda antenna, 3-element Yagi-Uda antenna for 100 Hertz frequency. So suppose I will take example, f is equal to 100 Hertz. Now if we want to design a Yagi-Uda antenna for 100 Hertz, then let us first of all calculate its wavelength. So we must know the wavelength. Now to calculate the wavelength, we have the formula lambda is equal to c by f. Now c is nothing but 3 into 10 raised to 8 meters per second, that is velocity of light, and whatever f frequency, it is nothing but 100 hertz, right? So the dimensions become 3 into 10 raised to 8, right, divided by 10 square. Is it right? So it becomes 3 into 10 raised to 8. Now if the denominator value comes to the numerator, it is 10 raised to minus 2. So the signal, so the wavelength becomes 3 into 10 raised to 6 meter. Now if we want to calculate the length of reflector, so reflector length is equal to 0.55 lambda. So 0.55 multiplied by 3 into 10 raised to 6 meters. It is reflector length, then folded dipole length. So length of folded dipole, it is 0.50 lambda, then it becomes 0.5 into 3 into 10 raised to 6 meters. So just you have to do the calculation. And if we want to calculate the length of director, so length of director is equal to 0.45 lambda, which is equal to 0.45 into 3 into 10 raised to 6 meter. So just calculate the equation. And if we want to calculate the distance between two components, so distance between two component is equal to lambda by 10. So 3 into 10 raised to 6 divided by 10. So this is distance between two components. So this is all about the design of Yagi-Uda antenna. Just you have to do the calculations and find out the exact value of each and every length. So thank you very much.